Destiny 2 Sunshot Weapon Review. Anyway, good old Sunshot was in the beta, and I'd say it's a pretty solid hand cannon for PvE. In fact, one of the best hand cannons for PvE. Just had to switch my gunslinger. Um, this hand cannon in PvP, though, is pretty average, at least. Uh, One thing about this that the archetype is a little bit different than the rest of the hand cannons, aka it's more of the faster rate of fire type hand cannons instead of the higher impact. And also, the main perk here, the intrinsic perk, Sunburn. This weapon fires explosive rounds and highlights targets to take damage from said sunshot. So you can highlight the enemy targets for anybody else that's near you for good team shots, and has explosive rounds. As you've known, that a legendary hand cannon by the name of Better Devils is one of the best hand cannons around, and it also has explosive rounds. So Sunburn has a small leg up from the regular average, which is neat. Even though it's not really the best archetype for it, but hey. Mostly it's because, well, when you shoot, the handguns have a huge range drop-off. But with the explosive rounds, it's basically, it slices the damage per shot in half to make an area of effect, which still does the same amount of damage if you hit the same target, but it'll still do damage to anybody else around. So it's good in that regard, but then also the explosion damage has no fall off, I think. So yeah, that's why the Better Devils and why the Sunshot might be pretty good for PvP. Not mainly because the whole kill with Sunshot equals a lot of explosions. That's for PvE. Anyway, other perks, chambered compensators, more stability, and better recoil, and a little bit better handling speed. You got accurate rounds, more range. Then Sunblast. Targets killed with Sunshot and go kaboom. And then you have the textured grip, which is not really a lot, just more handling and stability. And I'd say this hand cannon is, well, I'd say one of my favorites when it comes to PvE. PvP, it's okay. I'd say it's a placeholder when it comes to me, because literally after this game I went to the gunsmith and got the old-fashioned hand cannon, so I think that's going to turn into my PvP hand cannon from now. And yeah, anyway, this Sunshot is pretty cool. It has pretty good attack damage. It was pretty low light level because I picked it up like when I was still doing the campaign. But the thing is that I infused it up to 288 light, so I can actually do something like in the raid and whatnot, and actually be relevant, because the thing does very, very good ad control. Other than that, if you're wondering what that little perk thing that keeps popping up, other than the Chains of Woe and whatnot, is Cade's Lucky Pants. It's an exotic leg piece, which I kind of want to show off in this video as well, as a bonus. Anyway, this armor piece has one perk which is pretty crazy in one regard when it comes to PvP and nowhere else. Illegally modded holsters. Increases the hand cannon ready speed and initial accuracy. Initial accuracy with hand cannons is definitely good because, well, instead of the usual, just about every other game where hand cannons are something of the same nature, the first trigger pull is 100% accurate and the others kind of make a cone. Here, it's just a very tight cone, and then it goes out to a little bit wider each shot if you go ahead and shoot a ton. And the ready speed is also pretty good if you're like swapping from your sniper or whatnot, which I'd say turns every every hand cannon into, well, essentially what the last word was in Destiny 1, aka the sniper companion. Other than that, it gives you a little bit more mobility, and if you want to, resilience, which I don't really like to have on a hunter, but hey, still, it's pretty good. Other than that, the overall look of these pants are pretty cool. And the flavor text is pretty funny as well. Back to the hand cannon. Um, I'd say definitely get this hand cannon. Over the two options that you get from the campaign mission in IO, being the Graviton Lance, do not get it. I know it seems intriguing because the crazy third bullet does a lot of damage, but it's not that great. PvE, it's okay. PvP, do not do it, because if you miss that third round in that burst, bye-bye damage, because it only does 8 per shot when it comes to those two first bullets, which is not good. And then when it comes to Risk Runner, well, it's pretty good. It's on par with the Sunshot, because it melts in PvP sometimes, and it's very good for PvE because it is essentially a mini Solo supercell, where you can actually take arc damage and turn the gun into Zalo supercell from D1, which basically back then was an assault rifle, automatic assault rifle that no matter what you shot, if there was something next to it, there's going to be a little bit of a chain lightning, which basically means that bullet will hop over from one target to the next, chaining and doing a lot of damage. And I'd say that was the PvE king when it comes to auto rifles in D1. And I'd say this submachine gun can be the same thing, but as a contender, the Sunshot, which I'd say is kind of a thorn mixed with fake bringer. I'm not sure what it is. Well, anyways, smack that like button, hit the sub, drop the comment, and I'll see you guys later for another video on the channel. I'm out of here.